Wonderful musical talents in the house. Well, that's what you look like from the front row. Frequently, I come to your Grand Haven. I'm either running one of your 5Ks, involved in one of your 10Ks, or jumping in that Lake Michigan for a triathlon. So I'm so glad that I don't have to do that this morning and I can enjoy your presence here. But I'll be back once it's appropriate. Thank you for this opportunity, the warm opening music, the readings, the backdrop of your C3 Grand Haven community. So here we go. You, creative, compassionate community, an inclusive spiritual community with an open exchange of ideas. Thank you for including me in your world. Kudos to your Kent Dobson as your lead teacher. I've had the amazing interview to interview his father. May he rest in peace. And now that I know that Kent has a book coming out, he'll be on my to-do interview list. And obviously, all of your other upcoming speakers. Let's get your word out there. And to David Dean for your leadership and visions and formal ask for this. Now, I'm the messenger, so I can't leave that at home, so I had to take a picture. And I'll tweet this out a little bit later. There's a wave. You know what it's all about. Mia Hamm said, if you don't love what you do, you won't do it with much conviction or passion. In elementary school, I wanted to be on TV. In junior high, I wanted to be on Broadway. In high school, I wanted to be on the radio. Today, I proudly hold a Master of Science degree in physical therapy. So why am I introduced as a host and a producer for the WGVU morning show? Well, that passionate story will come. Got passion? Yes, I've stolen, I've broken the 10th commandment, thou not shall steal, from the marketing campaign Got Milk. And it's a phrase that's not the best in English grammar, but it does fit my comments to you on this 12th day of November. Here we go. I can't quite use the Kindle bit here. I'm still old school. So I speak to you today about the topic of passion. That's what I can bring to this podium. I'm not a preacher, and perhaps another sin, I'm not one of your fellow members yet. But when asked to give a special Sunday teaching, I said yes without hesitation. And I do like this microphone. So what could I possibly share with you, not being a biblical scholar or that sister in membership? I've got passion. I got passion. It's what drives me. Maybe it does, and it could drive you. This is what I can teach. Hence today's theme, got passion. Nelson Mandela, there is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. So here we go. Passion, defined by dictionary.com, any powerful or compelling emotion or feeling, such as love or hate, a strong or extravagant fondness, enthusiasm, or a desire for anything. And yes, in a biblical sense, the sufferings of Christ from the Last Supper to his death on the cross. Passion, defined by my Facebook friends. Joe says simply he has a passion for family. One friend says having the faith, belief, and trust in God to live your faith out loud every day. That's his mission, his passion. Cheryl says she has a passion for curiosity, for learning. She looks at the horizon for the next incoming wave. Sue says her passion is to connect with people. Have you got passion? What does living a passionate life look like to you? Thank you for this morning. We had a great roundtable discussion on passion. I took some notes. One of your fellow sisters and brothers has a passion to write. There's a constitutional amendment change that needs to be in the hands of you and me. This fellow member wants to follow her passion by being the best where she is right now. This passionate member wants to paint. This passionate member wants the C3 community to be the best it can be. And then there's that passionate member who wants to end patriarchy. Let's all do that together. Passion's place in the Bible. I wanted to do my homework. Remember, I'm not a preacher. Read Genesis through Revelation and count the number of times the word passion is used. That project has been put on hold for me personally. My friend Ruth did some research for me. She reminds me there's a verse that speaks about the joy, the passion set, as I mentioned, as Jesus endured the cross. Could he have been passionate about what was happening in the moment? Proverbs says, a merry heart does the good like medicine. Paul's passion, both as he killed Christians and yet as he changed and, quote, still passionate about spreading the gospel of Christ. And that's all I have, so I got to go back to counting that passion in the Bible. Let's move on. The website wakeupcloud.com lists top 5 reasons to find and follow your passion. For fulfillment, for expertise. The world needs your expertise of your passion. We want to see this work that you do. For growth. In order to grow, push yourself. Reach out of your comfort zone. Passion and exuberance, critical during the early stages of love. It should be toward the later stages, too. Synchronicity may be better said in this atmosphere. The stars have aligned. The universe works in mysterious ways. A larger spirit is steering the ship. Follow your passion. Change. Stop making excuses and start taking action. Thanks to David Dean, I will be doing a gathering in December, your great notable reads, discussing the book, The Happiness of Pursuit. We'll discuss themes such as passion. It can be the quickest route to joy, the kind that gets your heart beating and your soul smiling. Passion involves committing to something bigger than yourself. It involves taking a risk, trusting, or it may just involve picking up a paintbrush. There's no passion in the comfort zone. It's kind of fun. I'm looking in the audience and recognizing people I know. The author of this book finds and shares stories of those who have followed their passions. Nate Dam walked across the US of A. Robin Devine crocheted 10,000 handmade hats. Isabel Lieber trained an untrainable horse. The author visited every country in the world. Sasha Martin cooked a meal from every country. Gabriel Wyan, fluent in 5 languages to support his opera career. And I'm not sure I'd recommend this one. John Francis maintained a vow of silence for 17 years. This could upset your loved ones or not. So take a passion quest that gets you up in the morning. You are impatient to start your day. That's your passion. Who felt that today? Room for improvement. A passion quest starts with an inner, it is 30 degrees out. A passion quest starts with an inner yearning, a transformation into a calling. It becomes medicine for the soul, and it says, wake up, your unique adventure awaits you. You mentioned the word Pollyanna. I may be a Pollyanna without this scientific measurement and just say everybody has a calling. So find your passion. Pay attention to the things that excite you and the things that bother you. Now, especially now, in these times when every day truly is a gift. Oprah Winfrey, passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. Back to you, C3. Again, creative, compassionate community. So C3's got passion. Literally, it's in your program. Thank you for today's gathering words, where we strive to become, and of course, stand by for your closing remarks. So you are convinced, you say, yes, I got passion. What do you do with it? What may your neighbor want you to do with it to be inspired? What may God want you to do with it? I got passion. It did land me in Grand Rapids some 16 years ago with a new direction, a bit on the story. I do host and produce several shows on WGVU television. Every day is a gift, but I also have a degree in physical therapy. Those days were gifts as well. I did want to get in the broadcast business early, but I also like science and math, helping people, the world of rehabilitation. Worked in Savannah, Georgia, Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. Dabbled in theater, liked the bright lights. Then the boyfriend broke up with me. So it's time to get back to the Midwest in my late 30s after getting comfortable again with another solid job in physical therapy in Rochester, Michigan. Had the picket fence, the 2 dogs, could pay the mortgage. But after some soul searching, some discussion, some prayer, and reminding myself of that childhood dream, I took a risk. To make a long story short, it was time to follow that passion. I wanted to be on the radio. So there we are. I enrolled in an 8-month broadcasting school in Detroit. I interned, worked at WJR ABC Radio in Detroit, where I poured coffee when the host held his cup up. And he's still there. I was able to go to Paris and to Germany where 9/11 happened, where auto shows were done. Had an exclusive interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Between you and me, his biceps are big. Ask me about the story after that. So I was working basically all the time, continuing some physical therapy, but after 2.5 years, when the news director told me I just didn't have a broadcast voice, it was time to get a real job. So that's when I heard about the job with WGVU, and here we are, looking forward to tomorrow morning. I haven't looked back. Was God with me along this journey? You bet. I have a relationship with my higher being. I hope you all have a relationship with your higher being. Someone had better be there overseeing rainbow heaven where all my little critters are. And we've got to stay in touch. So passion. It's the energy that keeps us going, that keeps us fulfilled with meaning, happiness, excitement, anticipation, a powerful force in accomplishing anything you set your mind to and experiencing life and work in the fullest extent. Besides the career change, that may not be your best bet, but how about the nudge to get involved with your own community? I heard that happening in our preliminary roundtable. Sharing time, talents, and treasures for causes that need the community. You're all over the environment. Thank you for that. I appreciate working with the Humane Society, the theater groups, the Hope Networks, the Cherry Health Foundations. Lives are being touched by the passion that you choose. I hope you've been called to volunteer in the field of your passion, and then again, that also means right here at C3. Passion has put me to the limits of fitness. They say if you move, you'll feel good, and you might even live an extra day. I've had the honor of being called to participate in these crazy endurance activities, swim, bike, run. What am I running to? Where am I running? Or actually, what am I running from? We completed World Championship long-distance triathlons in Sweden, the duathlon in Switzerland. It took me passion to get up that hill, and it took me passion to get down that hill. So get a fitness passion if you can. Maybe your passion is to share your story. We all have a memoir to share. What would your title be? Tell your story. Is your story a cliffhanger? Does your story excite you? Do you have a story you're afraid to tell? Telling a story can help make sense of who we are, why certain events happen the way they did. You begin to examine what's happened to you and through you. You begin to make sense of who you are. Telling your story leaves your mark, your legacy, allows yourself to share with others who you are and what you are all about. What's your passion? Still not sure? How about some creative exercises? Revisit your childhood. What do you love to do? Yes, I did have a Mr. Microphone. Make a list of people who are where you want to be, and start doing what you love, even without a business plan. Albert Einstein said, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." More action items, back to the Happiness of Pursuit author and those who followed their unique passions. If you can't visit every country in the US of A, visit a single new country. If you're not in the mood to crochet 10,000 hats, how about just learning to knit? No way you could cook a meal from every country, visit an ethnic restaurant you've never been to. Fluent in 5 languages? Well, just learn 1. And that vow of silence for 17 years? Just try it for a day. According to me, and what's worked in my life, top 10 ways to act on your passion. Pray about it, talk to your higher power. Talk about it, talk to those humans, those supporters around you. Build your village. Run from the naysayer. Make a list, the good, the bad, and the ugly. What are all the options to put your passion to good use? Take a risk. Say yes to uncomfortable situations that you may have a passion for, but you're afraid to stand up to. Pass it on. If this isn't your time, if you see others with a passion for good, be their sounding ear. Encourage those on the passion quest. Hang out with others who have a zest for passion. It's contagious. Be accountable. Every day, do something that pushes you to your passion place. As I mentioned, seek out your mentors. Who's doing the passion activity you want to be doing? Sleep on it. Pursuing your passion may be stressful. Rest up. Take care of yourself. And in summary, according to my top 10 list, I'm going to sin and steal again. One more marketing phrase, just do it. Start this afternoon. I don't think this is a day of rest. Might have to break that rule too. If you've got a passion for a cause, you're destined to be living an engaged, positive, and abundance-focused life. Harriet Tubman said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. You've got this passion. So thanks for allowing me to share my words, including the words in those special chosen hymns, responsive reading, closing affirmation, and your talents on stage. Let's all have the passion to follow, grow, be an example of doing the work we're meant to do. And when you're ready, come share your story on The Morning Show. End of discussion. Thank you very much, y'all.